Hey, it's Katelyn Refuel, and it is Wine Down Wednesday. I figured why not grab a glass of wine and show you some of my favorite records. Is it okay if I drink out of this, or should I switch to the fancy glass? I'm not fancy, sorry.
It is impossible to anticipate where the two monsters which suddenly appeared in the Atomic area will attack next. The government has enlisted the aid of the Self-Defense Forces and the United States Armed Forces in an attempt to destroy this horrible menace. It's going to show on newspapers.
If you know me, you know that I'm obsessed with old Hollywood, and that is why I have a TCM backlot wine bottle. If you didn't watch my TCM wine club video, I will link it down below. But I also really love old music, and I have a record player, and it's my favorite pastime to listen to old vinyls and just enjoy some really good music and set the tone or the mood for whatever activity I'm doing. This is Sinatra. It is a great record, and obviously I love Frank Sinatra. You can see that these are just a few of the records that I have of his. I think my great-grandma would be so proud. Next up, I'm gonna go with this Jackie Wilson. So obsessed. It's one of my favorites. His music just makes me feel so many different emotions, and even if I don't necessarily relate to the song, I just feel like I'm crying or I'm just going down a roller coaster of emotions. I really love his music. This one is actually my most recent purchase. I think I got it for 50 cents or 75 cents. Usually the thrift store by me sells them for like $1 or cheaper. It really just depends. Sometimes they have sales. It's really random. But the Partridge Family, my mom was super obsessed with. Obviously, I feel like everyone at that age group is. I didn't know too much about them, to be honest. But I came across this at the thrift store, and I quickly just listened to one of the songs on Spotify. I do that sometimes if I'm not sure if I'm gonna like the music. I'll just listen to a song from that particular record and see if I'm into it, and if I'm into it, I'll probably just purchase it. So I got this, and I really like it. Actually, I'm super impressed. I love this music. I can listen to it all day. So now I want to watch the show. Does anyone watch the show? If you do, let me know. And where can I find it? Because I really want to watch it. So now we have the Beatles. This is their first record, and it's really good. It's so nice to see like where they started from, you know, because I feel like they have evolved so much through their careers. This is another really good one. This is Bobby Sherman. I really love the actual like album, the way that it looks. It looks like a nice piece of art, I feel like. It's definitely something I would display if I had a space for it. I mean, I guess I could probably put it somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I will. But I really like it. It's really fun. It opens up, and I don't know if you could see that, but it's kind of cool. And I love this album. I really like his music too. We're bringing it back to the new age, back to the future here. This is not that old, obviously. It's Lana Del Rey, and I really love this album, Born to Die. I feel like it's just one of her greatest albums, and it was really when she started making a name for herself. And I just remember, like, it brings me back to that time where I just remember, like, I would listen to it on repeat on the way to the subway. Like, I would walk to the subway and listen to her music, and it just feels like nostalgic for me, and it sounds really good on vinyl. I love it. Next up, we have Roberta, the original production. This is Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers and Irene Dunn. I really love this. I love anything old Hollywood, like I've mentioned a trillion times at this point. But this one is super old, and I really like it so much. This one is absolutely incredible. One of my all-time favorites. I literally adore this one so much. This was a recommendation from my friend. He said this was one of Ray Charles's like best albums. It's a duet album, so it's him singing duets with like a whole bunch of artists, and it's done really well. Like, it's just so good. It's the perfect album to listen to when you're like cooking pasta or like eating and drinking wine, which I'm doing right now. Highly recommend, if you have a record player, definitely pick this one up. And if not, I mean, try to find it on Spotify or YouTube and just listen to it because it's so good. Next up, we have this really interesting one that I never thought I would find. It is Liza Minnelli and Robert DeNiro, New York, New York. I don't think I've ever seen this movie, to be honest. I'm not like too familiar with it. I didn't really even know that Robert De Niro like did music. I didn't resist because I felt like it was just like a classic and you kind of have to have it, you know? Okay, so now we have one of my favorite recent artists. This is Billy Raffoul. I actually have it signed. I got it at one of his concerts. I've been going to a couple of his concerts, and this one I went to right before quarantine started. So it was nice to be able to experience a concert right beforehand, because 2 concerts I was supposed to go to during quarantine were canceled. So I was really lucky. I think I went like March 13th, or like it was like really close to when quarantine started. And he signed it for me, and I was like freaking ecstatic. He is amazing. He's such an incredible artist. I think he's gonna blow up within the year. Like, he's already doing amazing, and I'll go to like TJ Maxx and hear his music, but I feel like he's just gonna be like untouchable in a year. Next we have Johnny Mathis, Song Sung Blue. This is my favorite Johnny Mathis album, I think, like from what I have. I have about 3 of them, I think. But I really, really love Johnny Mathis. I didn't know who he was until I came across this one, and I just picked it up on a whim, and I'm so glad I did, because he's another one that like his music just makes me feel so many emotions. I'm like in my feelings, and like it is a little bit sad, some of his music, but it's so good. And this one especially, I freaking love it. It's so, so, so good. So anytime I see Johnny Mathis, I have to get it because he's just one of my favorites. And I was actually supposed to see him in concert. Unfortunately, it was canceled due to coronavirus. So I'm hoping maybe when this all ends, I'll be able to see him. I can't believe he's still performing, and I can't even imagine how incredible he is live. So I really hope that I get the chance to see him. And then, as you can see, I have 2 more Johnny Mathis ones. This one's pretty funny. I don't know if you could see, but it looks like whoever had it like marked, like put little hearts on like their favorite songs, and it says, I think it says Clara Bacall, I think, New York City 1166. So 1966. Someone owned this record and like really liked all these songs. I thought it was funny. Next up, I have Tony Bennett at Carnegie Hall on June 9th, 1962. This is really interesting because it was recorded live, so it's like a live concert. And it's just cool because it's kind of like, oh, I get to be there in the 60s, even though clearly I wasn't. But I don't know, I really like it. It's a good one. Here's Little Richard, another one that just makes me feel incredible amount of emotions. Such a good artist. I can't say enough good things about him. I highly recommend this record. Just listen to this album. If you don't have a record player, listen to it on Spotify or wherever you can get your hands on it. Just listen to it. It's so, so, so good. Then we have The Dawns. This is New Ragtime Follies, featuring Tony Orlando, and this is such a fun album. It feels so like 60s, 70s vibes, kind of like the hippie, free spirit lifestyle. That's what it feels like to me. I don't really, I didn't live through it, so I don't actually know like how it was. Like, I could be totally wrong, but it's just such a vibe, and I really, really like this record too. This one, absolutely incredible. Al Green's Greatest Hits. Such a good album. So many great songs. Another one that just, like, he truly sings from the soul, and you really do feel every lyric that he sings. I love it. Highly recommend listening to this as well. And next up, I have another pretty interesting one. This is Justin Furstenfeld. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, even though I've known him, I've known his music since forever. This is his Open Book Winter album. I really wanted to go to this concert, but I wasn't able to. I have been to a few Blue October concerts. He is a part of the band Blue October. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like their music is just so raw. Like, you truly feel the emotion, and I don't really know how to like categorize them. Like, they used to be kind of like a grunge 90s band, and then they have kind of transformed, and now they're a little bit more pop. But they've just done a lot of really great songs. And if you've ever been to one of their concerts, you know that they like, even if it's sold out and it's jam-packed, it's always like feels very intimate. This is a 2-record one, and you can see there. I highly recommend listening to Blocktober and listening to some of his solo songs as well. And then we have Leon Bridges' Coming Home, which, oh my god, love. He sounds like an old singer from like, I don't know, the 50s, I would say, maybe 40s or 50s, but he's a newer singer. And when I came across his music, I was convinced that he was from like the 50s or 40s. I didn't think that he was new. And then I was like, what? I think this one was like 2016. I could be wrong. This one is Coming Home. And I really, really love his music. So good. So highly recommend. So that was just a handful of some of my records. I have so many. And those are just like my recent favorites. I feel like they kind of revolve? Yeah, like a revolving door. Yeah, I think it's revolve. But like sometimes I'll I'll go through phases. I listen to one like 10 times in a row, and then I kind of, not that I get sick of it, but I kind of want to listen to something else or hear something else, then I'll listen to something else. And these are probably my current go-to at the moment. So I wanted to showcase those, and I'm probably going to do a little clip of all the other ones I have. Why not?
Here is a quick snippet of some more vinyls I have. I've included links and curated a list of these records on my Amazon storefront. All the information is down below.
Mirror, mirror, not on the wall. Who has the best music taste of them all?
It's no fun, always working.
That's a stupid idea. That's a stupid idea. I'm tired of treasure hunting. Wait a minute. We have to be careful. This is a great chance for you to become famous. It could be. That's a stupid idea.
Thank you so much for tuning into this Wind Down Wednesday. I hope that you enjoyed it and that my collection of music inspires you to listen to really good music. And if you have a record player and you love vinyls just like me, please let me know down below. If you have any good suggestions of what to listen to next or what to purchase, I would love to know. I'm always on the hunt for something good. I love expanding my I don't know what the word would be, but I love to expand my selection of music. I love to think outside of the box and listen to something that I wouldn't normally listen to. So let me know. I'd like that. Wow, I think that my upstairs neighbor is listening to me. I wonder if she thinks I'm talking to myself. Why are New York City apartments not soundproof? Make sure to subscribe if you feel like it. I would love that. It would mean the world to me, honestly. I am trying to reach, I think I'm trying to reach 375 subscribers. I think I need 15 more. So if you want to subscribe, let me know. I mean, just subscribe. I'd like that. The social awkwardness is coming in, if you haven't realized. Your zit is on fleek. Didn't you realize? The trick is you drink your wine with a straw so you don't get the purple lips. Oh, talking about wine. Does anyone else agree with me? I live alone. The struggle is real, okay? If I want to have a glass of wine, I have to open a whole bottle. The bottle of red wine goes bad in 2 days. So problematic. So then I have to drink that. I have to commit to drinking it within 2 days, or otherwise I just waste the whole fucking bottle. That's a problem. In my world, it's a problem. I'm not happy about it. That's why I end up just drinking box wine, and then I'm just more white trash than I already am. And that's also a problem. So I don't know. Does anyone else feel that way? I don't know. I really do hate that, for real. It's so annoying. I opened this bottle of wine 3 days ago, and honestly, it doesn't really even taste that good. But I figured that's why I'm filming this video. Because I'm like, I need to drink this wine, otherwise it's gonna go bad. And I can't drink it anymore. The struggle's real. I don't want to waste my money on wine. If I just want a glass of wine, I want a glass. I don't want a whole bottle.